On 2nd and 7, Jackson steps away to Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
It's caught at the 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead, 54 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he powers his way up past the 30. Domata Peko, the one to get him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, Delta! Cluster.
Here's Rivers. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
15! Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Rivers on 1st down. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, 79!
Throwing again. Rivers. He's going to look deep down the field. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after 1. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick 6s.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Jackson now off the bootleg. Steps away.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he's got this down to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, Ingram. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. He'll buy some time right. This one complete to Ingram. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. From the gun, Jackson. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Dancing to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Ingram. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. There defensively was Nasir Adderley making a nice play. So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard, and the ball hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. So the decision to go for it turns out to be a good one. They get a couple of yards, and as a result, the drive keeps moving. It's now 1st and goal. A chance now to get even before the break as they... And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Punching it in from a yard away, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
And Brad, I think we have to look back at the big call to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, that set up everything, and the end result, the short touchdown run. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think every coach would have gone for it back there.
You and I both know every coach would not have gone for it back there, so that's showing a little bit of faith, actually showing a lot of faith in his team, and it was rewarded.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rivers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. So a failure to connect on 2nd down. That leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And it's complete. Henry. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Rivers now, the throw on 1st down. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the red zone now, Rivers. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, it's Rivers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So on 4th down, on comes the Charger kicker, Michael Badgley. This will be a 37-yard attempt. Badgley's kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. Now, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first.
And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, L.A. Mike Williams, 76 yards. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down.
And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he's going to keep it here. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at the 20.
Red! X3, 218, chop it.
Now Rivers. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. CD, with that incompletion, let's talk AFC playoff picture. I think you and I agree that if you put together any sort of power rankings, we put Baltimore #1, certainly in the AFC. But you look ahead to the playoffs getting started on January 4th. Who do you see as their main competitor for that Lamar Hunt trophy?
Well, tradition and us not wanting to be wrong dictates that we say New England next. And rightly so, because of the number of Lombardi trophies they've won, how they've always played at this time of year. But the bottom line to me is the prime contenders right now for Baltimore, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes has got it together. The defense is playing better. And Buffalo really showed me something when they beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh on a Sunday night in Week 15.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The former 1st-round pick Marlon Humphrey there to get a hand on it.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Ravens will take over. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Ingram again. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. On 2nd and 15 now. Jackson buying time to his left. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner, was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Being chased out left. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They find some open field here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Jackson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the 1st half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the 1st target in the 2nd half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football. Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Rivers to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
Probably a little bit of a surprise call there on 3rd and inches that they decided to throw the football. And how difficult is that for an offensive line when they look up and see all those extra bodies coming at them?
Tons of bodies coming in. They get a huge sack there. Returnable for Thomas. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Play action. It's Jackson dancing to his left. He'll try and run it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson has got his man. It's Andrews. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7 yards there and a 1st down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Ingram. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, and an alley to run. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers 16.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Forced out to his left. He'll run it, and he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Ingram, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Ingram, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Tucker now for the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
31's the mic. Switch up.
Here's Jackson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Now Jackson. Buying time to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down now, it's Ingram. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Ingram. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
The Chargers 37-yard line.
Throwing now is Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end Boyle. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Jackson now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And they get the timeout called here. It comes with 1 second remaining on the clock. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.